Hey, what up, freaks? Welcome out to Bourbon and Coffee Sports. Uh, First time doing this, pretty excited. Just get away from the world, grab yourself a nice cocktail, talk some sports, have some fun. Was gonna start this last night. I'm gonna be upfront with all of you. I was gonna start this last night and had a couple little things with YouTube, and I wasn't able to start last night. So I wanted to give you guys my PGA picks for DFS. So we missed that. So I hope if you're in PGA DFS, and why wouldn't you be? Because it's absolutely awesome. In fact, I'm finding PGA DFS probably is like some of my most fun DFS ever. So, hey, we got a first person joining us. Amy, welcome to Bourbon and Coffee Sports. So I wasn't able to get the picks in, but I did do a little research for you for Showdown. So first things first, folks, welcome. So happy to have you here. Make sure to click subscribe, ring the bell, because who knows what's going to happen with this channel. I mean, we could do videos once a week, every freaking day. You never know. So you don't want to miss any of our insightful videos. So make sure to ring that bell, subscribe, and tell all your friends. And cheers. Raise up your bourbon or your coffee, whatever you're drinking. I right now have a nice little Larceny. This is one of my faves. It's actually a very high quality bourbon that you can find on the cheap. So go get you some. Sometimes it's hard to find because it is diamond in the rough. All right, let's kick things off here, folks. Okay, first of all, got to give a little shout out to Chicago Cubs right there. Cheers, Amy. Thank you. We're starting the party. And you know who's been partying this whole time is the Chicago Cubs. 12-3, best record in Major League season. You start 12-3, things are looking pretty good. And right now, as I look over there, beating the Brewers, so going for 4 in a row. This is a big series for the Cubs. 4 games set against the Brewers. So if they can sweep this or just win it 3 out of 4, Cubs 2020. Let me tell you. All right. Now let's definitely talk some PGA. So like I said, hopefully you had Harold Varner III in your lineup. I did not. I actually don't have any shares of HV3 this weekend, and I feel kind of stupid about it. But 3-way tie on the leaderboard, all 8 under, pretty freaking crazy. I mean, we all knew this was going to be a low-scoring tournament, and I mean, 3 at 8 under already. And I think the cut line is going to be somewhere around 1 under. So some guys need to get going. I drank the rose juice, and that could be biting me in the ass. Hopefully it doesn't. He's 3 over right now. That guy definitely has the game to get in it, but we'll see. I also need Neiman. I need those 2 guys to make the cut. That's what I need for my overall. But since we could talk about the picks for the whole weekend, I've got some Showdown picks for you. Now, when you do the Showdown, you basically get 6 guys, and it's just for the day. At least the first 3 days, just for the day, how they shoot, birdies, eagles, pars, bogeys, yada, yada, yada. On the 4th day, it will come down to where they finish in the tournament, but we're not worrying about that right now because we're just going into round number 2. And the way I like to do Showdown, I like to look at guys who had solid days around the course, but didn't putt very well. And a lot of times they get that putter going, they're losing 1 or 2 strokes. The putting, they turn that around, so they're going to be pretty solid for Showdown. So I like to find those guys who had solid strokes gained throughout the week or throughout the day, and then also guys that are big birdie guys. So a dumb one is Webb Simpson. That guy just owns this course. So if you're willing to spend up, which I'm not always in Showdown, because you could probably get a guy that's going to have the same type of day for a lot cheaper and is almost as safe. But obviously that guy rules this course. I also look at, some high price guys like Paul Casey. Hey, we got another one. We got Nathan. Welcome to Bourbon and Coffee Sports. Now, hopefully, as this gets bigger, I won't be able to welcome everybody because there'll be a lot of you. But hey, as we're coming in slowly but surely, I'm going to welcome everybody. That's how I do things. But I think Paul Casey, he played well, didn't putt so well. He's a high-priced guy. I'm going to go back, Brendan Todd. That guy's just great on day 1 and 2. It wasn't that great today, but you can see it in his game. I'm sure he's going to have a huge day 2. Zach Johnson, I was watching that guy. He was playing awesome, but the dude just could not freaking putt. It was driving me crazy. Cheers, Nathan. Yeah, that was fun. You're just talking sports, drinking bourbon. Not too shabby. Getting some showdown picks. And also, I will be very honest with everybody, and I'll be very transparent. And once I actually have my picks, I will throw those into YouTube description, and you can call me on it. So if I do well, amazing. If I suck, you can let me know. All right, so folks, right now I'm talking about PGA DFS Showdown. Oh, look at this. We got Oak Park Tony's in the house. Welcome, Oak Park Tony. So once again, with PGA DFS Showdown, it's just for tomorrow. It's not for the whole weekends. So we're looking at some other guys who had solid days around the course, but just terrible at putting. Lucas Glover, he's also a big-time birdie guy. Lahari, a little sneaky pick there, but that guy could do some work. And let's get List, Henley, T-Dunks, and Hubbard. Those are some guys to look at if you're going to throw down with some showdown. And I'll tell you what, my boy Nathan, he's pretty solid with the showdown, so maybe he'll throw in some picks for us too. Who knows? All right. Now I want to see what you guys think. Do you guys have any showdown players that you like? If so, throw them in the comments. We can talk because, hey, I want this to be a discussion. It doesn't just have to be me chatting it up, but I like to see that the crew is talking it up over there, so that is great. So now, my big thing, NFL, I actually got a text from my pa, and he was telling me that one of his fantasy leagues is all scheduled to draft next week. So that is exciting. It looks like the NFL is actually going to go down. And boy, do we need it because college football not looking so good. I mean, what do we have right now? We've got the ACC, the SEC, the American, and the Big 12. So, I mean, it was probably going to be Clemson and Bama anyway. So, but the Fighting Irish are in there. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I just want to see some college football. Definitely want what is best for those students. Want them to be safe. If they can do that and play college football, I'm on board. So I'm not mad at any of these conferences for not playing. And I'm not mad at the conferences that are playing because I'm just hoping, I'm trusting that they are doing everything possible to keep these student athletes safe. That's first and foremost. But hey, football guy, always ready to go. Always ready for some college football. And I look over Cubs. It is top of the 6. Cubs are up 2-0. So let's see if the old Darvish can get this, can lock this one down. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for college football? Are you guys excited for the NFL? What are you looking forward to the most? Definitely want to hear from all of you guys. Speaking of that, the craziness that's going on with college football, obviously it's because COVID. We won't really get into all that because this is about sports. But whether you like the NBA or not, I got to tell you, the NBA is looking rock star, man. I mean, that bubble has been absolutely dynamite. So, and the Suns, they're 7-0. They can get into the playoffs. If the Trailblazers lose tonight, the Suns are in the playoffs, which is insane. All right, hey, look at this. We got some questions because that's what I want. I want some questions. So, favorite bourbon? And Nathan is asking, what's your favorite bourbon? And do you have a different favorite if you are winning versus losing? That's a phenomenal question, Nathan. I would say my favorite bourbon overall is Willet. That is my favorite. When I can afford the Willet, I will go for the Willet. But on just my regular daily basis, I'm going to go with the old Larceny. think some of you guys know all about the Larceny. That is a good quality bourbon. And that's a good one when you're losing, because when you're losing, you don't want to spend a lot of money because you lost a lot of money. So you go for the inexpensive stuff. I won't call it cheap because it's quality, but it is inexpensive. But when you're winning, let's go with that Willet. I'll even go with a little Angel's Envy, solid stuff. And and typically I will drink my bourbon neat, but I also like it with the big ice cubes. I mean, big ice cubes, that's kind of where it's at. It lasts a little bit longer. It's good for these hot summer nights here in New Jersey. What are you guys drinking? Anybody drinking anything good? I know Oak Park Tony out there is a big Jack Daniels swallower, so I can get behind that. I'm all about it. We just moved from Tennessee. Let's welcome in John. John is in the house. John Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is quality stuff as well. Any of that stuff that you can get in good old Kentucky, I'm a big fan of it. Buffalo Trace. It kind of flies under the radar too when you're talking about bourbons. Solid quality bourbon, and not a lot of people are drinking it, and I'm not really sure. But I want to know, what are you guys watching right now? We went from no sports to just inundated with sports, and it's all day long. I mean, there's hockey, there's basketball, there's baseball, there's golf. I mean, there's NASCAR, there's IndyCar. I mean, the Indy 500 is coming up, and they're qualifying this weekend, which is crazy. So all of a sudden, we have nothing. And for degenerates such as myself, we also have the Madden Sims, which are pretty sweet. But it's great. I mean, this is a crazy time, but the sports are flying off the handle, and I absolutely love it. So Park Tony, he's all about the bullet. That's all I'm going to say about that one. But let me check in, guys. I'm going to check in real quick. I'm going to see what is going down with the Trailblazers, because once again, I said if the Trailblazers lose, the Suns, the Phoenix Suns, get into the NBA playoffs. That's just sick. All right. Hey, welcome, Joe. Joe kind of knew Joe would come out strong. Caval single barrel. There you go. I mean, the single barrel is definitely where it is at. There's also throwing a little bullet rye as well. So now I do understand that Joe, well, before I say anything, I just want to make sure I got this right. But I know when I was watching the Blackhawks, yeah, they lost in overtime. They were down 2-0 when I was watching. Sorry about that, Joe. That's why we're drinking bourbon, right? You know, pour one out. Nathan just said something in the comment box that I am not going to comment on because I'm a baseball guy and I believe in that shit. And let's keep it going. But I will say this. I got to see No back in the day, the Dodgers. God, what was the Cubs pitcher? I'm brain fart right now. Probably too much bourbon right there. But who the hell was it? Anyway, got to see him throw No. So I don't know his name right now. Well, let's see. What other questions you guys have? Anything you guys are checking out? What do you guys think about college football? Definitely want to hear from you guys about college football. If it ends up just being those 4 divisions, who's taking it down? Is it going to be Clemson and Bama again? Probably. I mean, LSU just kind of threw it in there, and it's kind of a one and done. But my Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the ACC, yes, Notre Dame fan here. I got to tell you this. That is the easiest schedule in my lifetime for Notre Dame. Now, they do have to play Clemson, which they will probably lose. I am a realist. But other than that, I don't see them losing. I mean, they will probably be favored by double digits in every single game but the Clemson game. What do you guys think? Area Arietta. Thank you, Nathan. Jake Arietta. That was a great story. So I was there with my wife. It's probably like the fourth inning. I realize, Cub fans around us realize what's going down. We're all high-fiving at the end of every inning. And she's like, why are you getting so excited? And I'm like, I can't tell you just yet. I can't, but I will once it happens. And then fifth inning, boom, high fives. Sixth inning, high fives, getting everybody, Cubs fans getting crazier and crazier. Seventh inning, eighth inning, ninth inning, we go freaking bananas. And then I finally get to explain it to her. But that's why I don't want to mention what Nathan mentioned, because I don't know if it's a jinx, if it's just in a comment box. Do you have to say it, or can you just write it? I don't know. I'm going to say you have to say it. Maybe you have to think it. Let's see. I'm just looking over here. It seems like, yeah. Joe, did you have HV3? That's what I want to know, because I had no shares of HV3. And that's with the PGA Daily Fantasy. I had none of that. It was brutal. But my teams are still looking pretty good. Let's see. Oak Park, Tony. He's talking about, the Suns. I mean, Jesus. Undefeated 7-0. What the F? I mean, who saw that coming? I wish I would have put some money on the Suns and just kept letting it ride over and over and over and over. Yeah, Casey, I think I was mentioning Casey in my showdown picks for tomorrow. I think he played all right. He had a couple bad holes, but he's got too much game. I think he comes back tomorrow surging, so he's a good showdown guy once again. I like Zach Johnson because the guy just couldn't putt. He's usually not that bad of a putter. But those were brutal. I would make those putts. And that's legit. That is legit. I would have made the putts that he freaking missed. I mean, the dude, and then he blows up with a double bogey. It was like, but all those easy missed putts probably got to his freaking cranium. For me, it would. Yeah, Kisner. I need Kisner to get going. That guy's doing all right, but I need him to get going. Here we go. Oh, we got Schwarber. Schwarber's back up here, folks. With a man on, no outs. Let's see, bottom of the sixth. How great is it for those Cubs fans that are in the bleachers? I mean, in the back. That's freaking. They got it made, man. They still get to watch these games. Schwarber popped out. Let's see. What are you guys talking about right now? Yeah, Kisner. All right. Well, let's see, folks. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to enjoy a little bit more here while we're still chatting some sports. I'm going to tell you guys a little funny story. I don't know if you guys see the shirt. Remember that movie, The Program? Great freaking movie. I have to watch it tonight. So, The Program, this guy was all about, this was Latimer, starting defense, right? Great movie, great character. I moved to LA. I get cast in a movie. First movie ever. It's like an independent movie. Some decent names. The Gutenberg was in it. So I have a role. I'm just at a taco stand. I've got to order some tacos. And it just happens to be we're on Venice Beach. That's the location. And right next door to the little taco joint is Latimer's tattoo parlor. Now, some point in time, this guy got so bent out of shape over the entertainment industry that he fucking hates it. Who knew? They still got t-shirts of him. This guy just kept blaring his music. The production company over and over just tried to get him to shut off the music just for the scene, just for one quick scene. But he was so pissed off about all entertainment that he was like, go after yourselves. I'm doing shit, and you can't do anything about it. So this guy lost his first speaking role. Who knows where I'd be if that would have happened. Yet, I'm the dumbass that's still wearing a shirt. And you're right, Nathan. This is a safe place. This is like the nest. This is like a little safety nest. So you guys can say whatever you want. It's a little safety nest. Here we go, Cubs. This is great being able to do this video while watching the game. Oh, look at Contreras unhitching the trailer. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Any questions? If you have the first pick in the NFL draft, who are you taking? I think I think it's a no-brainer there, Nathan. I think you're taking Trevor Lawrence, the long-haired boy from Remember the Titans, Sunshine. You gotta take Sunshine, bro. I mean, that's who I'm taking. Honestly, if the Dolphins would have taken their quarterback this year, Trevor Lawrence would have been pretty nice. But I think the Dolphins are going to be pretty good. What do you guys think? Let's just go to the NFL right now. What do you guys think? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl? What are your guys' thoughts? Okay. Nathan was talking about the fantasy draft. But see, here at Bourbon and Coffee Sports, we are all over. We know it. We got a little bit of everything. So you go in NFL draft, I got answers. You go in fantasy draft, I got answers. But just to answer that question, I might have to, dude. What is that guy's name? The running back from Kansas City, the rookie. I gotta take his ass. Soler. What the hell is his name? Hold on. That's what we have there now, right here. Clyde Soler. I'm taking that guy. That guy could be a beast. And in the Chiefs offense, I'm on it. I like it. Nathan says, who's winning the Super Bowl? Arizona Cardinals. I will definitely put some money on the Cardinals making the playoffs. I was about to go Super Bowl, and I was about to go NFC. I was about to go NFC West. NFC, I could put some money on them in the NFC West as well. But I don't know, man. Seattle, they're looking freaking tough. The Niners, the Rams are probably going to suck, actually, which is bizarre because they were in the Super Bowl just a couple days ago, years ago. That Larson is kicking in, boys and girls. All right, let's see. We got about 7 minutes left, you know. So let's see. Any other questions? What do ballers keepers do? That's a good question. That is a good question. What are you guys looking forward to the most this weekend in sports? I mean, it's pretty crazy. You have the NHL playoffs, which is nuts. You've got the NBA playoffs are about to start. Cubbies up 4. Dude, this team is just insane. I am so what the okay. I need somebody to help me answer this question. What the fuck are the Cardinals going to do? They played 5 games. 5 games. I mean, are they just going to stop the season once everybody's played their games and they're going to make up all those games? I mean, I know that they're talking about doubleheaders, 7-inning doubleheaders. I'm lost. I have no idea what they were going to do. That's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. All right, so some things I want to hear. Oh, man, talking about smack about the NHL. I know. As a Kings fan, NHL. All right, some final things. Let's talk about. Who do you guys like in PGA Showdown? Once again, going back to some of my little sneaker guys. I mean, you guys can figure out the big money guys. Simpson, Casey. I like those guys. Reed's probably going to have a day. He played really well. But once again, just going back, I like the guys that struck the ball well. and putted like shit. Because putting is one of those things that can just turn around pretty quickly. So just some guys I'm throwing out for you. Landry, Hubbard, Kirk, Duncan, Henley, List. Those are some really cheap guys. And then some big birdie time guys that had bad days and didn't putt well. Glover and Lahari. Throw it all on Lahari, man. That guy's a birdie machine. Played great. Putted like ass. It's got to come around. Also throw more on little Brendan Todd and Zach Johnson. I think do not roster Sloan. Don't do it. If you do anything tomorrow in Showdown, do not roster Sloan. The dude was on fire today. He gained just over 6 strokes putting. That's insane. That is not going to last. Maybe it lasts a day and I look like another day and I look like an idiot, but it ain't going to last the whole weekend. So I'm going to say don't do it. Lahiri. Is it Lahiri? Lahiri Joe? Lahiri Joe. Actually sounds like a great character. And the Cubs did they just load the bases? No, man, I'm first and second. All right, let's see one more quick thing here. Let's just see NBA. What are the Blazers doing? I never really cared about the Suns. I was always a huge Bulls fan. I kind of like the Suns growing up in Phoenix, but I always had Kevin Johnson, who was like the biggest bitch. That guy's like little pinky would hurt. And then nothing. And they wouldn't play. It's like, dude. All right, basketball, it's so early. Blazers are up 3, first quarter. All right, guys, here's the thing. Tell your friends. This is the first one, so it's a little crazy, a little all over the place, but I want to thank everybody for coming. This has been amazing that you guys are here. Remember to hit subscribe, ring that bell so that you know when other videos are coming out. We're going to start out live just to have fun and chat and shoot the shit and have cocktails. Then sometimes we might do some pre-recorded videos. Who knows? This could go nuts or it could go nowhere. But you know what? In the end, we're talking sports and we're drinking bourbon. And the reason why a lot of you guys might be like, why is it bourbon and coffee sports? Because the initial idea was bourbon on Wednesday night, chatting about the PGA, and then drinking coffee on Thursday morning before lineup lock. And that didn't happen because me and YouTube had some issues. Fucking YouTube. Hey, but we love you, YouTube, at the same time because we're actually on your software right now, so don't piss off YouTube too much. But hey, this is going to be ever flowing because obviously the NFL's coming, so we're going to change things up a little bit there as well. I'm on the East Coast for those of you who don't know, so coffee might be a little later in the day with lineup locks for NFL because games don't start till 1, so we'll definitely have some time, but we're just going to let it flow. We're going to let it go. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. We are going to keep it rolling, and maybe we'll do another one this weekend. I don't know, with NBA play. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But definitely next Wednesday night, that is guaranteed. Now that YouTube and I are friends, we're going to do that Wednesday. We're going to chat PGA. We'll chat whatever big is happening on that Wednesday night. And then we'll go into Thursday morning with some coffee, even though we don't want to tweak rosters too much. You know, something might happen. Weather, craziness, you never know. I mean, look at last weekend at the PGA on that Thursday. You definitely wanted the early guys. You did not want the late guys. So that shit that we can talk about over coffee. Guys, it's been a blast. John, Nathan, Oak Park Tony, Joe, Amy, anybody else hiding out there in the wings. Go Cubs. I hope you win a shit ton of money with whatever you're betting on. PGA, NHL, NBA. Joe, just for Joe, well, for everybody, but I know Joe's probably most interested. We'll definitely have an IndyCar, an Indy 500 Bourbon and Coffee Sports because, well, kind of an IndyCar guy. So we'll definitely do that for sure. But guys, it's been great. Cheers. Make that money. Subscribe and ring that bell. Ring that bell. All right. Later, everybody. Peace. Oh, hey, Oak Park Tony. Did you see yourself? Huh? Bye, y'all.